So, do you like fried chicken? That's a random question. Yes, I like fried chicken. Do you like fried chicken? They said, me too. Good to know. Hope everyone's doing A-okay. I suppose that's some Sagittarius spontaneity right there. How about cheese curds? No. No, I couldn't do cheese curds. Couldn't do it. Hello, Teresa. Why? I don't know. Something about the word curds just doesn't do it for me. Mac and cheese. I said, hi, Rick. I said, they're pretty good, actually. I'll have to take your word for it. I love anything cheese, but I don't know about anything followed by curds. Where all the Sagittarius is at. It said here, awesome sauce. Sag rising, okay, Sag here. All right. Yes, we are doing Sagittarius and Capricorn. Sagittarius and Capricorn tonight. Taurus here? Okay. Do keep in mind for any Tauruses, Taurus readings are Monday nights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're more than welcome to stay if you're not a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. Do keep in mind if you are cross-watching for a Sagittarius or a Capricorn, to try to keep the PG-13 in the comments. I do appreciate it. Why do I have a reversed card in this deck? Strange. Neither here nor there. If y'all are new here, definitely hit that follow button. It's greatly appreciated, maybe even muchly so. If y'all like the energy I bring to the Tarot TikTok table, maybe you want to hit the like button, maybe even a few times. Like. If not, that's fine too. Every one of us has the power of discernment, that is free will. Pun intended. If y'all have a Sagittarius and or a Capricorn in your life that you would like to share this live stream with, definitely hit the share button. It does not have to be a Sagittarius or a Capricorn either. It could be any sign. It could be in any area of your life. Maybe they're a friend, a family member, a coworker, maybe even a nosy neighbor. As long as they have the TikTok app and they love tarot as much as you, as much as me, maybe even more, then yes, go ahead and hit that share button. Do keep in mind, if y'all end up missing out on live streams, because it's easy to do check out my link to my YouTube channel, which is in the TikTok bio. Yes, my TikTok bio, you will find my YouTube link. With that being said, I am going to show y'all the decks I've been using all week, being the Witch's Tarot deck for the first half of the Sagittarius and Capricorn readings, and then in the last half, to clarify, we are going to be using the Witch's Tarot, the miniature version. Alright, with that being said, It is 36 after. 1, 2, and 3. Let us get into the bridge shuffle. For anyone new to Free Will Tarot, when I do the bridge shuffle, just like that, it is the green light to send scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety so I can cut this deck. Yes, send scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety, and we will cut this deck with them. Oh yes, thank you for following me there. I appreciate that. While y'all are sending me scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety, we are going to get an overall theme and or topic for the Sagittarius. All right, what do we have for Sagittarius? Overall theme and or topic. Here we go, Sagittarius. All right, we do have a 2 and a 6. So in the next week, the 2 being harmony, opposites union, balance. Something could be coming into harmonization for you. Maybe opposites are attracting to each other and or uniting, reuniting possibly, coming into union, coming into balance. Possibly in a situation where there was conflict. But do not fear. When we roll the dice and we get the number 6, yes, this is momentum away from conflict, or creative and or practical solutions. Maybe even after a time of darkness, a period of darkness, where there has been no clarity. Maybe there is about to be some light illuminating into this period of darkness. The light, yes, being represented by truth, and or vice versa. I will keep in mind the overall theme and or topic for the Sagittarius reading. Thank you all for interacting with me in the comments. I am going to go ahead and cut the deck here. All right, yes, one more time. Hit that follow button if you're new here. Greatly appreciate it. If y'all like the energy I bring to the Tarot TikTok table, definitely hit that like button. And if you would like to share this with a fellow Sagittarius or a Capricorn, go ahead and hit that share button. And Capricorns, thank you for being patient with me. We will get to your reading in about 50 minutes. 50 minutes for the Capricorns. Alrighty, here we go. Sagittarius, here is your energy. Sun, moon, and or rising, maybe even Venus, okay? Or any placement for that matter. Here is the challenge. Here is your person's energy. Here is the common ground and or similarities between you both. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I haven't missed it. No, you have not. Thank you all for joining me here at Free Will Tarot. So we do have, yes, your energy, the challenge, your person of interest energy, the similarities or common ground between you both, and the possible outcome and or advice. Alrighty, Sagittarius, Saggy Collective. So we do have 5 cards here on the Tarot TikTok table. Here in about 20 minutes, we will clarify with 5 more cards, 1 card per each placement within this spread, and then we will recap. For any new Sagittarius joining me at that time, or anyone new, no matter the sign, at that time. All right, let's go ahead and get right on into it. So Sagittarius, starting your reading, we do have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. I do feel like you are very passionate about a specific person. I do feel like you do have a lot of determination to make this work with a specific person. I do feel like maybe you are about to chase them down to some degree. A Knight of Wands energy. This is, yes, hey, where do you think you're going type of energy. Usually Knight of Wands can be an in and out type of energy. I don't know if you are about to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like just in case things go wrong. This could be an indication of it. If not, that's okay. There's other interpretations of the Knight of Wands. I do feel like you're about to try to get this person on your side, on your team, to see things your way, to see things from your perspective, with new ideas. I do believe, yes, you will have a lot of creative ideas to bring to the table with this person, or for this person, almost as if, hey, person of interest, says the Sagittarius, I've got this idea. I've got this idea. No, those won't work. Okay, well, let's try this idea. How about this one? No, those won't work either. All right, let's throw those out as well. Let us keep throwing new ideas until one of those ideas sticks to the wall like gum. And if they don't stick, we'll throw them away. And if they do, then yes, we'll continue to use those ideas until they no longer work. Always giving ideas. I try to be supportive. That's what I like to hear. Okay, we do have the Nine of Wands, not to be confused with the Knight of Wands. Knight and Nine. Already resonating, laughed my ass off. Okay. Well, we do have Nine of Wands in the challenge. Nine of Wands in the challenge, meaning Nine of Wands in the challenge. Do you find it challenging to... Now, this is going to be a tricky one, because in the upright interpretation for Nine of Wands, it would almost be as if maybe you would find it... I don't want to say challenging or difficult, because upright, I do feel like you would be in fear and or maybe having trust issues, needing to protect yourself, having a guard up against this person. Maybe you're letting that guard down. Maybe you find it challenging to keep your guard up with this person. Like, okay, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I've gotten all the validation about this person. I don't necessarily need any more validation. I don't need, any opinions or advice from other folks. I don't need to make my own opinion, and or I don't need to trust. I don't need to not trust this person. I'll put it that way. I don't need to have trust issues towards this individual. Almost as if, what is going on in my head? What is going on in my life? I see this person for who they are. Now it's time to take action. And, be determined and or passionate and or inspirational. Let's take inspired action with the Knight of Wands. That's definitely a good interpretation for the Knight of Wands. Inspired action. So yes, with the Nine of Wands, maybe you do find it challenging to have trust issues with this person. It's like they've given you every reason not to have trust issues. They've given you every reason to believe that they're legit, that they have, good intentions towards you. I said, man, I keep missing Thursdays for Libra. I do apologize. Set your alarm for about 15 minutes ago, if that helps. I do hope that helps. But yes, Sagittarius, I do feel like with the Nine of Wands. Oh, yes, I did upload the Libra and Scorpio readings to YouTube as well. So definitely check out my YouTube channel. The link to my YouTube channel is in my TikTok bio. Maybe you want to give that a visit, either before or after this reading. No matter the case, it is there. The option is on the table. On the tarot TikTok table, we do have the Nine of Wands, yes, in the challenge. Meaning, maybe you do find it challenging to have trust issues towards this person, or any, how do I want to word that? Any differing opinions. Maybe once upon a time you've told yourself, no, this person is too good to be true. There's something about this person that's off. you know, maybe after a period of darkness, let's say there is some momentum. Maybe you are creating that momentum away from conflict, as we did roll the 6 with the dice, being, yes, momentum away from conflict and or creative solutions that you might be throwing at the wall, throwing at this person, you know. And if these solutions don't stick, throw them out. Insanity is trying or doing the same thing over and over again and expecting, you know, different results. So yes, trying new ideas, no matter how creative and or practical, could definitely be, you know, of use in this situation to move away from that conflict. 9 of Wands, yes, once again, in the challenge. Maybe there was a period of darkness where you didn't have clarity about this person, but this person possibly, you know, was showing up, being themselves, being vulnerable, being being genuine, you know. It's like, I don't know why Sagittarius is giving me the evil eye or the side eye. Like, okay, you know, maybe you was in this energy, 9 of Wands, once upon a time, but now you find it challenging at this time, with the 9 of Wands being in the challenge. First 3 cards we have are Wands energy. So I suppose this could be another fire sign such as yourself, Sagittarius. Maybe you are dealing with an Aries, maybe you are dealing with a Leo or another Sagittarius such as yourself. Does not have to be, but with this person coming up in 6 of Wands energy, I do feel like they could be coming through with some sort of success or victory, or maybe even public recognition, or someone giving them their credit where it's due, giving them credibility to some regard. We did have the other day Valentine's Day, so maybe to some extent they are giving or they're receiving their flowers, metaphorically speaking. Maybe you're about to give them their flowers, give them some sort of credibility. Is that what you're holding in your hand right here with the Knight of Wands, carrying, yes, a wand with a bunch of flowers wrapped around it? Possibly. We do have the High Priest. The High Priest, or that is what it is in this deck, but it's technically the Hierophant. It said yes for a court case. Okay. Yeah, we do have the High Priest, meaning it could be that you and this person are simultaneously trying to align your daily routines and habits with your spiritual beliefs, possibly. It does not have to be spiritual beliefs, though. It quite literally could be just your belief systems. It could be that if you and this person want to have some sort of a position and or a title and work and or in your career, or maybe with a hobby you're trying to get monetized. These are all good examples. But yeah, if you are trying to level up to some degree in your career and or obtain some sort of respect and or, yeah, I feel it's respect. I suppose that could be what this person is gaining, some sort of respect with the 6 of Wands. I feel like you both are wanting some sort of respect from each other, possibly. In that extent, when we talk about the Hierophant, you know, aligning our daily routines and habits will get us that respect, you know, as long as we stay with the routine, stay disciplined, you know, and we don't veer off that path. Because obviously, or not so obvious, if we are to try to obtain this respect, you know, I feel like a lot of people are going to lose respect for us if we're not practicing what we preach. If we're not practicing what we preach, others are going to look at us as if, oh, they're living a double life. You know, look at this, look at the Sagittarius, look at this person in the 6 of Wands. They preach this, they preach that. But if they aren't practicing what they preach. They must be living a double life. Why would I go to them for advice? Why would I go to them, for an opinion? Because, yes, all because our daily routines and habits are aligned with said title and or with said practice, with said hobby. We are disciplined. We've stayed the course. You know what I'm saying? So yes, maybe to some extent with the Hierophant, you both are wanting to have some sort of level of commitment, whether it's a higher level of commitment and or I suppose a lower level. Hey, let us start this friendship over. Maybe that's what you're about to charge into this person's life and say something to them about. Maybe you're about to bring up to this person, hey, let's start all over. Eventually, I do want to get to a committed relationship and or maybe marriage and or I want your respect. I want to give you the respect that is due. And, I want to be on the same page as to, hey, when we do level up to some regard, I want to be in the practice of aligning my daily routines and or habits, with my belief system. If it is you, Sagittarius, that has that belief that if I am to exercise every morning at this time and read up on these topics, and it don't have to be physical books, it can be ebooks on the phone while you're doing dishes or while you're working out, you know what I'm saying? I do feel like, yes, after day in and day out, whether it's 20 minutes or 2 hours, hitting the lift, or lifting the weights, hitting the weights, whatever the case, hitting the gym, y'all get the gist. That if we are to practice and or keep a routine, then we will get to a point where we can see results and or they will be obvious to some degree. Now we have the High Priestess as the possible advice. No, the possible outcome and or advice. Okay, so then the High Priestess tells me that maybe the possible outcome could be that you'll end up listening to your intuition, either being silent and or watching what this person does. If this person ends up not being in alignment with, what you're looking for, especially with the masculine version of the High Priestess being the High Priest. Yes, if they're not in alignment, then you'll sense that. If they're not being genuine, you will also sense that. Genuine energy and or, how do I want to put that? Real, A real one doesn't have to speak on it. They don't have to say, oh, I'm a real one. Or, oh, I'm a tarot reader. Or, I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to speak it out loud for everyone to know. You will be in the practice of it. You will be on your path. Authenticity, yes. The vibrational, I don't know what word I want to use there. The vibration of authenticity will be shown through. You will be able to tell, you will be able to use your intuition to know if this person is genuine and or authentic, with what they're doing, how they're doing it, what they're saying, how they're saying it, etc., etc. So maybe if it's not the possible outcome, then maybe it's the advice to yes. Use your intuition. I don't necessarily feel like the advice will be to be silent, to wait for this person to either, be triggered by you being in this Knight of Wands energy. I don't necessarily, it would be to be silent necessarily. When watching what this person does, no matter if they're triggered, no matter if they have some level of authenticity, no matter if they stay silent themselves, you are to, yes, use your intuition as the advice with the High Priestess and the possible outcome and or advice. Yes, use your intuition, because you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell this person's intentions. If they're good, if they're bad. You'll just be able to tell. Unless, of course, either the Sagittarius, well, if the Sagittarius is in their ego, then I don't feel that, though. I feel like Sagittarius would be able to use their intuition and be able to tell if this person is in alignment with them, for them, you know, with what they're doing, with what they're saying, all that jazz. I suppose it could be with the Six of Wands that they could be getting your attention or public recognition. So then in that regard, maybe they're getting attention from multiple suitors. I definitely don't want to discount any interpretations of any of these cards. Definitely feeling the vibes. Okay. Well, Six of Wands could be that this person is only after the instant gratification. Could be. Doesn't have to be. It could be also that, yes, as I mentioned earlier, this person is getting some sort of recognition from the public eye. Maybe what they do for work is either spiritual and or something that's very respectful or respectable. There's too many examples of what they could be doing as a career and or as a practice. But we are going to clarify this reading for you, Sagittarius. We are going to clarify this reading for you. Alrighty. If y'all are new here, definitely hit the follow button. Yeah, that's what I was picking up on. The instant gratification. Okay, I mean it could be. That's one interpretation, one example of that anyways. Yes, if y'all are new here, do hit that follow button. It is greatly appreciated. Maybe even muchly so. If y'all like the energy I bring to the tarot TikTok table, maybe y'all want to hit the like button. I do apologize for any upstairs noise. I can't control that necessarily. I mean, I suppose I could, walk up there myself and say something, but I do feel like it will dissipate here soon. Any hoosers. Yes, if y'all have another Sagittarius somewhere in your life, or a Capricorn, then maybe you want to hit the share button. It does not have to be a Sagittarius, doesn't have to be a Capricorn though. No matter what area of life, friend, family member, coworker, and no matter if they're a Sagittarius or a Capricorn, definitely hit that share button. I don't want y'all to miss out on future readings, so please, 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 I highly suggest hitting up my YouTube. The link to my YouTube channel is in the TikTok bio. All right. With that being said, we are halfway through. Yes, 7 o'clock, half hour down into the Sagittarius reading. With that being said, this is a reminder that every Sunday I do personal readings, paid personal readings. It'll be $20 for a 5-card reading plus an oracle card, and then $5 for a 1-card yes or no question, maybe even an extra card to clarify. Alrighty. I think I've said everything I need to. The personal paid readings on Sundays will be the same time as I go live every other night, every week, every day, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time, that's very important. With that being said, oh yes, it is through my Cash App. So do make sure if you are wanting a personal reading that you have the Cash App set up on your phone. When is Cap reading? In about a half hour. Thank you for being patient with me, Capricorns. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you, Jules. Alrighty. Yes. So, Sagittarius, let us go ahead and clarify, shall we? 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty, if y'all are new here, this is the second and last time I'm going to do the bridge shuffle. There is and there was. When I do the bridge shuffle, that is the green light to send me scissors or anything sharp and pointy so that I may cut this deck, and we will recap and clarify. Not in that order, obviously. We will clarify and then recap and clarify as we go. Yes, that is it. A quick drink. A quick drink from our sponsors. Oh, yes. About 3 after. Let us cut the deck about 3 after, shall we? Thank y'all for being so supportive and showing up tonight. It says no personal readings, but you were talking about Cash App. Yes, because I was doing 4 months straight. About a month after I received the live stream capabilities, basically, I got 1,000 followers like 3 days after my birthday, August 8th. And I basically took a break from doing videos, from like really working hard and making sure I got that live stream capability. So yes, I took a month break, and then I went straight into it. Live streaming for 4 months now. And that was all doing weekly zodiac sign readings. You know, general readings for the zodiac signs, basically. And it was all free. And I still do the zodiac readings for free all week. But then Sundays, I want to say within the last month. Yeah, this coming Sunday will be a month ago that I started doing personal paid readings. I do hope that answered your question. I feel like it was a natural progression, you know? It's not that I necessarily need, to offer paid readings, but it does help me to survive and thrive and pay bills and, keep food in my stomach. And I'm sure that it helps y'all out, I do want to be of service to y'all, and I do feel like, yes, the zodiac sign readings help on a collective level, but at the same time, it's more so entertainment throughout the week. And then if y'all do want a personal reading, if y'all do want me to take a reading seriously, that's where Sundays come in. All right, with that being said, I am about 2 minutes overboard, but I do hope that answered your question. And yes, I did have the banner here made before I even started doing the personal readings. All right, so yes, that answered the question. I appreciate the question as well. I appreciate you for asking. Thank you all for interacting with me in the comments. We are going to go ahead and cut this deck. Lettuce, the main ingredient for salad. Lettuce. Clarify this reading. Lettuce. Here we go. Clarifying the Knight of Wands and the Sagittarius energy. Clarifying the 9 of Wands in the challenge. Clarifying the 6 of Wands in this person's energy. Okay. Strange. Clarifying the High Priest. Strange. And the similarities or common ground between you both. And clarifying the High Priestess in the possible outcome and or advice. Alrighty, so Sagittarius. To recap, for anyone new joining the live stream or anyone that's seen the first half of the reading, we do have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, ending with a T, Knight. Not to be confused with 9, which we do have in the challenge, but we will get there. Good evening to you, Karma, as well. So yes, Sagittarius, I do feel with the Knight of Wands, you could be very passionate about a specific person. I do feel like you are about to head in their direction. I feel like you're about to take inspired action towards them and possibly throw new ideas at them, throw new ideas at this individual. I do feel that. With the Knights of Wands, if you were to throw new ideas at this person, maybe they're not necessarily satisfied with the first few ideas, you know? Hey, let's move forward in this way. Well, hey, how about I invest in you in this way and then you invest in me in that way? No? No? That doesn't work for you? Okay, we'll scratch those ideas. How about these ideas? Do those work? Okay, sweet. Let's continue with these ideas until they no longer work. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting the same results, or expecting different results. I hope that didn't confuse y'all. I'm trying to get them out of my head right now, LOL. My daughter is Sagittarius, okay. I said do. Oh, so. Wow, new hair. Do. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. No, it's just a brush and a wash. I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles, clarifying the Knight of Wands, that yes, not only are you wanting to throw new ideas at this individual and see what sticks, but you're also wanting equal give and take. You know, is this person necessarily going to reciprocate on these new ideas that you throw at them? You know, it's almost as if maybe you do have some creative solutions. Creative being with the Wands, Knights of Wands. Solutions coming from the momentum away from conflict. With the 6, we did roll with the dice. And yeah, opposites uniting and or coming into union and or balancing out. We cannot balance something out unless it's equal give and take. Reciprocity, reciprocation. To reciprocate. 6 of Pentacles. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. I throw the ball, you throw it back. And then I throw it back, and then you throw it back. You know? You are wanting equal give and take to some extent. I'm not sure if you're about to help this individual out. I suppose with the 6 of Pentacles, it could be that you're about to, give a handout, offer some support. I'm not sure to what extent this support is. If it's moral support, if it's financial support, if it's, whatever the case. Whatever the case, I do feel like you are wanting to be supportive if they are reciprocating on that support, though. Only if they're reciprocating, which to some degree, a relationship, romantic relationships have to be conditional. I get that. It can be unconditional with our children, with our parents. That's fine. That's expected even. It's natural to have unconditional love for our children, for our parents, maybe even our grandparents, but neither here nor there. It's got to be conditional. It's, in romantic relationships, it has to be to some degree, It's almost as if maybe once upon a time, maybe this person gave to you and you was still a little bit hesitant with the 9 of Wands in the challenge. Like, I don't know if I want to give back. I'm not sure to what degree they gave to the Sagittarius. Maybe they gave a lot. Maybe they didn't give it all. Maybe they gave a little. You know, did they do the bare minimum and expect you to give them the world? Did they give the world and expect you to give, but you just stayed hesitant, trying to protect your own peace, your own stability, maybe a creative project? With the Nine of Wands, I do feel like you are coming out of that period of darkness where maybe you did hesitate. Maybe there wasn't a lot of truth about who this person was or is, or what their intentions are or were, for that matter. Maybe you didn't know fully who this person was or or what their intentions were towards you. I do feel like with the Nine of Wands being in the challenge, that it's an indication that you're finding it challenging to keep this wall up, as if, oh, I'm seeing this person's true colors, and they're beautiful, and I'm starting to, tear that wall down slowly but surely, and it's like, okay, I shouldn't, maybe I shouldn't hesitate. If this person does have good intentions for me, and they've shown over however many days, however many weeks, however many years, maybe, for all I know, it has been years that you've been hesitant to give and or invest into this relationship with this person. But still, King of Swords in the challenge. King of Swords. King of Swords in the challenge tells me that there was, yes, a lack of truth, a lack of knowing the truth, a lot of communicating, or a lack of communicating the truth, and or finding it challenging to speak factual and or speak about the facts in this relationship. To some degree, with the Nine of Wands, this does tell me that there was a period of time that you were hesitant to give to this individual, and that you had a wall up, that you was protecting what you were creating for yourself. Maybe you do have a family, maybe you do have a career, maybe you do have some peace of mind that you was trying to, protect. But at the same time, you was protecting all of that, all of them examples, because you didn't know the truth. You didn't know this person's intentions. You didn't know how they felt about you, what they were thinking about you, and it makes sense. I'm going to have my guard up. I've been through so many battles, so many struggles, that I can't handle another heartache. I can't handle another, backstabbing, let's say. That's why you would be protecting what you have for yourself. But still, with the King of Swords, this tells me there's a lack of truth. There is maybe more emotions than you necessarily felt comfortable with. I feel like you found it challenging, or even find it challenging now, to have a logical conversation. Usually with the King of Swords, this will tell me in the upright position, in the upright interpretation, that you would be wanting to have a conversation, and it's going to be head over heart. Head over heart. This is serious business. This is serious, and which is weird because the Sagittariuses I know and or have experienced in the past anyways, they love to joke. It's almost as if, everything can be a joke sometimes, but then the Sagittarius found it super challenging to have a logical conversation with this person. Maybe there was more jokes than logic. Maybe there was, less truth and more wondering. There's more mystery than there was the truth. There's more confusion, possibly. So in that sense, maybe the Sagittarius was once upon a time in their ego, saying, this is what I need to do. I need to stay in my comfort zone because I don't trust this person. I don't trust their intentions towards me. But then time after time, you found this person's intentions to be squeaky clean. Now you find it challenging to keep that wall up. And now you find it challenging to have that conversation logical. More so probably thinking and or feeling, the emotions of this connection. I do feel like, yes, the Sagittarius could be feeling a lot of emotions for this person with the King of Swords and the Challenge. And I'm not sure why we have this person coming through as Six of Wands energy, or as the primary energy for this person. Six of Wands does tell me that, yes, possibly they are gaining a lot of recognition. They are getting a victory in their life somewhere, whatever area. You know, maybe it's romantically, maybe it's in their job, in their career. Six of Wands could be them doing the right thing without needing to show off. Like, I think if this person wasn't doing the right thing, a good example of that would be to, feed the homeless and then take a selfie, while they're doing it. Whereas I feel like doing the right thing, doing things with integrity, would give this person the public recognition they are either seeking and or that they don't want to seek, possibly. Maybe they just want to do the right thing, and that's why they're getting this victory, this success, this public recognition. I do feel like your creative ideas, your creative solutions, trying to create momentum away from conflict, I do feel like those ideas will be reciprocated. And why I say that is because we do have the Knight of Wands clarifying the Six of Wands. So yes, not only is this person getting success, not only is maybe they are maybe you are giving this person their flowers for Valentine's Day, no matter how late. Maybe you are giving them credit where it's due. Maybe you are, giving them an ego boost to some degree, I suppose, with the Six of Wands. I'm not sure if that's all they're wanting, but maybe with the Knight of Wands, it could be an indication of that as well. Like I say, this is Knight of Wands is usually player energy, but it does not have to be, because when we read for ourselves, let's say we ask, how do I need to show up to the world? When we're giving ourselves a reading, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. How do I need to show up to the world in my life today? Today specifically. One card. Knight of Wands. I need to be a player? What? That don't make sense. Of course not. Because there's other interpretations of the Knight of Wands. Meaning, maybe you need to go after your dreams. Chase your dreams. With the Knight of Wands. Maybe this person is doing the same. It does not have to be that they're in player energy, the same as it does not have to be that Sagittarius is in player energy. Yes, it's awesome and funny as heck that we have the Facebook meme of, we don't call them a player, we call them the Knight of Wands, and I just think that's swell. It definitely can be entertaining to share memes in that regard, but if we're to take the Knight of Wands seriously, I do feel like this person is, yes, chasing after a dream possibly, and or they're ready to reciprocate on some creative solutions and or some momentum away from conflict if you and this person had any in the past. With the High Priest, the High Priest showing up in the common ground and or similarities between you both. Let me read some of these comments. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Trying to help be peace and elevate. Your system is working so well. Yes, true, amazingly right. Okay. Sobriety. Yep. He's so confident, but so shy and timid in appearance, but well groomed. Okay. I've never even seen his funny side. He was always serious with me, but calm and assertive. Huh. Yes, resonating. Okay. It's been years and he's had kids with multiple women. Uh-oh. I guess that would, describe a Knight of Wands type of energy, but like I said, it doesn't have to. My daughter has a huge heart. I'm trying to get them out of my head right now, LOL. We're back at the beginning. All right. I do want to keep reading y'all's comments. I don't like neglecting y'all to whatever extent, you know what I mean? But any Hoosers, yes, the High Priest. The High Priest and the common ground and or similarities between you both tells me that maybe you both, yes, do want to align either both of your beliefs, either your daily routines and habits with your belief systems, whether it's spiritual or not. Whether it's spiritual or not, your beliefs are powerful. And if we align our daily routines and habits with those beliefs, a lot of change can happen. A lot of success can happen with the Six of Wands in this person's energy. A lot of good things can happen for you. A lot of respect can be given, and you can finally give good advice, give your opinions, you can then have people come to you, wanting this advice, wanting your expertise, let's say. Wow, Sagittarius and this person alike. Y'all have been staying the path, staying the course. Y'all have been so disciplined for how long now? For how long? Becoming this respectful Hierophant character? I don't know, and I don't care what the example is. For all I know, the Sagittarius and this person simultaneously could be wanting to be a spiritual leader. Does not have to be, though. It could be a teacher. It could be a lawyer. It could be a judge, maybe a priest or a pope or a pastor, sure. But a leader in their field of work, for sure. With the High Priestess, with the High Priest, the Hierophant, this also tells me that maybe you and this individual simultaneously, for different reasons, learned your lesson. Whether it's a spiritual lesson or not, I'm sure you both have learned your lessons. Maybe that's why you're about to come charging into this person's life. Wanting reciprocation? Yes, reciprocation, reciprocity. We do have, once again, the High Priestess clarifying the High Priest. This is not only divine masculine in the sense of, with the community. What is that? Yes, there could be a level of, higher level of commitment, sure. It takes discipline to become a Hierophant, definitely. Being in your masculinity, yes, tells me that this is something outside of you with the High Priest, with the Hierophant. And then the High Priestess would be inside, right? The High Priest, Hierophant, whatever, would deal with community, would deal with, let's say, folks within the community. Then the High Priestess would deal with ourself. So, to some degree, are you and this person trying to get on the same page about, yes, we can help others if we are to look within? This is going to be a deep one. I'm not even sure if I'm ready to dive into it, but I'm definitely going to try. So yes, with the Hierophant to the High Priestess, it could be that both of your intentions are to do the right thing, to be respectful of each other, but to also maybe take accountability, to maybe use your intuition as to, is this the right time? Is this the right person? Is it? I did mention the High Priest, the Hierophant, yes, deals with outside of ourselves, the community. But also, are you and this person about to get on the same page as if, hey, we don't want to live a double life anymore, if that was even the case before? How can we live such a life where we are aligning our daily routines and habits with our belief systems and getting on the right path? The path where we can use our intuition and guide us through any obstacles and or guide us away from using our ego. Because when we use our ego, I'm sure you've learned this spiritual lesson yourself, Sagittarius. When we use our ego and are in 9 of Wands energy for so long, it's almost as if in time our intentions show through. No matter if you've given this person their flowers with the 6 of Wands or not, I do believe this person's intentions have shown through. And it could have been that they, yes, have had a lot of creative and inspirational ideas, possibly to do with becoming a Hierophant and or becoming a spiritual leader and or becoming a leader to some regard. Integrity. I do feel like, yes, you both are wanting to get on a path where using your intuition possibly is a practice and or is needed to be used on this path. I guess we could be doubling down on the intentions with the High Priestess. That, yeah, this is a very spiritual lesson and or you both are wanting to get on the same page as to, hey, yes, we did learn our spiritual lessons, and maybe once upon a time, either one of us or neither of us or both of us did use our intuition. Our gut feeling, basically, is what I meant by the our intuition. We do have, yes, then the High Priestess and your advice. It's more so if your ego is telling you, yes, be confused. If your ego is telling you, yes, be in fear, then maybe you will keep your guard up. Maybe you'll keep your guard up. Maybe you won't invest in this person. Maybe you won't have that serious conversation with them about reciprocity, about new ideas being thrown at each other, and not only this person gaining success, victory, but also you, Sagittarius, because I'm sure you would like to join this person, whether it's in their success or your own or shared success to some degree. I do feel like, yes, maybe using your intuition to some degree could be a learning experience with the Page of Pentacles. Maybe you feel like you would have to start over to some degree, to some extent. With the Page of Pentacles, yes, this is showing up to your life, to this person's life, to this situation in general, as if you're learning something new. Obviously or not so obviously, if we're listening to our intuition is going to tell us it's safe to learn more. It's safe to get out of our comfort zone and grow. Maybe you've stayed in your comfort zone, stayed listening to your ego, not wanting to have that serious conversation about reciprocity with this person. But if you are to listen to your intuition, get out of your comfort zone, grow a little more, you will realize that maybe you need to learn something from this person. Maybe this person can offer something for you. No matter how much they have to offer, let's not think about the money. Sure, stability is important, but with the Page of Pentacles, this is knowledge. What do we do with this success? We give knowledge. We give out the wisdom we've learned. We give out the spiritual lesson. We teach others of that spiritual lesson, because what else do we do with this success? What else would we do with it? Do we let go of all that integrity that we've gained for years, of practicing and staying disciplined in our practice and or our hobby and or our craft or whatever the case is? Do we drop that integrity? Stop doing the right thing? No. So maybe show up to this person's life, maybe even your life, with a new perspective, trying to learn something new. A beginner's mindset, a Padawan learner for all the Star Wars fans out there. I am definitely 1 or 2 minutes over for the Sagittarius reading, but I think that's what I got for y'all. I think that's what I got for y'all. There was a lot to unload in this reading. Sagittarius, thank y'all so much for showing up, for being supportive. I really hope this helped. I really hoped this, was insightful to some degree. It's what I needed. Okay. Thank y'all for showing love, for showing support, for showing up in general. It's partly the reason why I keep doing it. I'm not sure if I'd only have like 5 viewers show up like I did 2 or 3 years ago when I first started doing my Facebook live streams, before I got out of my own comfort zone and tried something new with TikTok. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have had 5 followers here on TikTok the same as Facebook Live if I would have continued to do it. If I didn't see any growth, basically, coming here to TikTok and pushing myself to do better, then I don't think I would have, continued to do it. Like, what's the point? If there's no growth, okay, I'll have to try something else. Maybe try something else with the same craft, the same, which is technically what I did. I was met with like tons of challenges here on TikTok, and I tried my best to overcome them. What's the use in staying in fear, staying in your ego, if it's only going to hold you back, keep you comfortable, And I'd rather not stay comfortable. I'd rather sacrifice comfortability for long-term gratification, not instant gratification, right? With that being said, I do hope all the Sagittariuses either hit the follow button and or share this with a Capricorn and or visit my YouTube channel. The link to my YouTube channel is in my TikTok bio. It's the same title and it's the same logo. With that being said, Capricorn, what up? Said I'm excited about the Capricorn reading. Awesome sauce everywhere. But I ain't cleaning it up. Oh no. Lindsay, what up? Hope y'all are doing a-okay, Capricorn. Hello. How are all my Capricorns doing? Alrighty. I don't know what my deal is. You have a random shriek. Stressed? Uh-oh. What was your zodiac sign again? Why are you so stressed? I'm sure if I were to look at one of my papers here, it would say... Oh, Lindsay was an Aries, correct? Or no, you are a Capricorn? Maybe it was a different Lindsay. That could have been a different Lindsay. Okay, well, let us, the main ingredient to salad, lettuce, get into the Capricorn reading. Y'all, go ahead and hit that follow button if you're new here. The lettuce emoji, that's awesome. If y'all like the energy I bring to the Tarot TikTok table, definitely hit the like button maybe a few times. Maybe you want to share this with a fellow Capricorn. Doesn't have to be a Capricorn though. Alright, we are going to get into your reading here soon. I'm almost done shuffling these cards back into the deck. But speaking of decks, the Witch's Tarot deck is the first one I'm going to be using for your reading, for the first half of the reading, first half hour. And then, again, the Witch's Tarot deck, the miniature version, to clarify the last half of the Capricorn reading. Alright, like I said, I do have one more deck to shuffle these cards back into. And then I will get into the bridge shuffle. Thank you all for being so patient with me. Muchly appreciated. Alrighty. I don't know what my deal is. Alright. 36 after. Yes, if y'all are new here, when I do the bridge shuffle, that is the green light to send scissors and or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety. All right, 3 more. 1, 2, 3. All right, it's going to have to be good enough. Here we go. Bridge shuffle. There it is, and there it was. Twas, with a T. T-W-A-S. Twas. I love using that word. Even though it's technically a Christmas originated. I don't know how I want to word that. Christmas origination. Originated during Christmas. Twas the night before. Yes, I love using that word. But anyways, we are going to get an overall theme and or topic for you, Capricorn. All right. What do we have for the Capricorn reading? Overall theme and or topic. We do have a 1. We do have a 4. So this could be a new beginning within the home or a foundation. Are the Capricorns about to relocate? Are the Capricorns about to move someone into their apartment, into their house, into their home? Are you a partner? They said, I wish. Well, what's another good example for a new beginning within the home? Either you're relocating or having someone move in with you. Is it a new career? I guess it's still a foundation. You know, the 4 is a foundation. It doesn't have to be just the home. If you are creating, you know, stability for yourself, there still has to be a foundation that you're creating from. So, yeah, I suppose it could be a new career. That was easy enough, and I will keep in mind the overall theme and or topic. Thank you all for interacting with me in the comments. Muchly appreciated. I am cutting the deck right now as we speak. All right, one more time. Hit that follow button, hit that like button, hit that share button. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. Here we go. Here is your energy. Here is the challenge. Here is this person's energy. Here is the similarities or common ground between you both. And, okay, here is the possible outcome and or advice. So Capricorn, we do have 5 cards here on the Tarot TikTok table. Here in about 20 minutes, 21 give or take, we will clarify with 5 more cards, 1 card per each placement. Within this spread, I'm going to take a quick drink. Yeah, and then we will recap for any new Capricorns. Let's call it a Recapricorn. Recap for the Capricorn. It doesn't have to be that we'll recap for the Capricorn, though. It could be a recap for any sign that joins us at that time. Alrighty. Okay. I don't know what that was, but here we go. The Star card, showing up in the first placement within your reading. This is how you are showing up to your reading. They said it was beautiful. Thank you so much. Goodness gracious. All right, so, yes, we do have the Star card. I do want to read that comment. I was just going to say it's all Aquarius energy. It's making things weird. Very weird. Star card. This is Aquarius energy, ain't it? Well, taint it. Taint a word, and I tain't gonna use it. Yeah, we got Aquarius energy right here. Coming up in your energy, the Star card. Are you going through a time of healing in the next week as I do weekly readings? Are you trying to come up with new original ideas as to how to reinvent yourself? as maybe an Aquarius would. Are y'all on the Capricorn Aquarius cusp? You don't have to be. Are you more so closer to your Aquarius sister neighbor sign? It does not have to be. I do want to make that very clear. With the Star card, I feel like you're very hopeful for the future. And if not, you're about to be in the next week. So do keep the hope. Do keep the faith. Do keep the faith. I'm hearing a Bon Jovi song, something about keep the faith. That was a good song. But any Hoosers, I'm not the typical tarot reader to, I'm hearing a song and then, go off on it. Yeah. I'd love to break from that tradition if at all possible. Especially in the age of Aquarius. Speaking of Aquarius, yes, Star card. Please do keep the faith, Aquarius, Capricorn. Capricorn, please do keep the faith. Please do stay hopeful for the future. No matter what you are going through, if it feels like your life is falling apart, no, not living on a prayer. The song I'm thinking of was Keep the Faith, Keep the Faith. No, we gotta keep the faith. Yes, that one. I apologize. But yes, Capricorn, keep the faith. It's not a very well-known song. What's the sign? Oh, what's my sign? I am a Leo. The polar opposite. Now that's why I come? Okay. No, not me being silly. Yeah, I do feel like y'all need to keep the faith. No matter, okay, Capricorn, what I wanted to say is if you feel like everything is falling apart, it's actually coming together. All right? Keep that in mind. This isn't happening for, or it's not happening to you, mind you. It's happening for you. So do keep the faith. Things could be falling apart in your life, but it's actually coming together. What card comes before the Star card in the sequence of the tarot deck? I do believe it's the Tower, is it not? I do believe it's the Tower. When the Tower falls, we can finally see the Star. We can finally see what was behind that Tower, and it is the Star. A hopeful time, a bright future, creative and new ideas to how to recreate and or rebuild a foundation, possibly within the home, a foundation possibly in your finances, a foundation possibly in a romantic relationship. Please do keep the faith. Even if you do find it challenging with the shadow side and the challenge, and or maybe even if you do find it difficult to get rid of addictions, get rid of toxic folks in your environment, get rid of possibly a relationship you feel bound to. Maybe you do find it challenging to release a specific person. Maybe you do find it challenging to some degree, give up addictions or anything that does not serve your higher good. Not your ego, per se. There's a big difference between, yes, this serves my ego, and now it no longer serves my ego, so I'm going to get rid of it, ghost them, cut them out of my life, whatever the case. I feel that you feel, Capricorn, that you are in your purpose right now. Maybe there is a new career that you're about to start. This is your purpose that you're about to step into, possibly for the next 20 years. So keep that in mind. Yes, when the economy does break down, make sure you are in your purpose, either in the medical field, helping others, or being entertaining as a musician, or creating art and then selling that art. Do make sure that you have a career that gives you purpose. that serves your higher good, but not only your higher good. May I remind you, Capricorns, that the star card, yes, is associated with Aquarius. Aquarius is associated with the community, which is strange because Aquariuses like to shy away from community a lot of the time, but nonetheless, they are still associated with community. So yes, make sure it's not only serving you a purpose, but also it serves the community as well. Whether it's just in the town, that you live in, that you reside in, or a bigger part of the community, a bigger part of the collective, let's put it that way. Maybe in the shadow, with the shadow side, in this deck, yes, it is the shadow side, but it's technically the devil. It's technically the devil. Maybe you find it challenging to get rid of people that no longer serve your higher good, that don't have the best of intentions either towards you or towards themselves, for that matter. If you're getting bad vibes from a specific person, cut them out. I do feel like that can be easily done for the Capricorn, or from the Capricorn, I suppose. We do have a specific individual with the Two of Wands. I feel like this person is at a crossroad. I do feel like this person is at a crossroad. Do I stay connected with the Capricorn, or do I invest in myself, or do I invest in another person? They do want to plan for the future, but they're kind of stuck at a crossroad, like I said. Do I go right where nothing's left? Do I go left where nothing's right? This person does want to plan for their own future, maybe plan for their own purpose, possibly. But is it with the Capricorn, or is it without the Capricorn? This is possibly some questions that this person is pondering at this time. Now we do have the Death card coming up in the similarities or common ground between you both. I do feel like you both are wanting to close the door on something in your life. With the Death card, yes, this is closing one door so that 3 new ones can open. This is, yes, an ending and then a beginning. A death and a rebirth, metaphorically speaking. I get so agitated and irritated and frustrated, and what other aided words you can think of, when I hear people go, oh no, the Death card. And in fact, keep in mind, y'all, there is a tarot movie coming out sometime this year. Not to pause the reading and let y'all know, but yeah, there is a tarot movie coming out sometime this year. And there's a lot of fear-mongering. Oh no, tarot is bad. This is a horror movie. We're going to spread the word that tarot is bad. And the Death card is, you guessed it, a special guest in that movie. Like, oh no, Death, you pulled the Death card from the tarot deck. I can't stand it, but yes, it's not physically and or literally a physical death. It's metaphorically speaking. It's a transformation. It's a change. You and this person are ready for a change. I don't know if you both are implementing this change, and or you're going through a change that forces you to adjust to it. Maybe there is an ending somewhere in your life, somewhere in this person's life, and they either have to adjust to it and or implement the change and or implement the ending on purpose. I hope you and this person simultaneously do and or are aware of, I don't know why I said do, but I hope you and this person are simultaneously aware of the fact that the only constant in this universe is change. So the smart folks out there on this planet will, yes, implement that change and see ahead. Yes, hindsight is 420. Yes, hindsight is 420, ain't it? No, 2020. Hindsight is 2020. But if you have that foresight and can recognize the patterns of the universe, that some things have to die in our life, some things have to change, some things have to be left behind, then I do feel like implementing this change can be healthy for you both. If not, then, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's almost the same as, you know, I got a question one time in the comments, someone asking me, well, what happens with the Hierophant if you don't align your spiritual beliefs, you know, with your daily routines and habits, and or vice versa? It's like, well, you wouldn't be practicing what you preach, you know? In the same regard, what would happen if we don't implement this change? Well, to some regard, to some extent, if we're not changing, you know, we're not growing, and we can get left behind. You know, if we stay so comfortable and we're not willing to change with the universe, with nature, the flow of nature, the natural flow of the universe, you know, it took me a little bit to get there, but yes, with the natural flow of the universe, then what are we here for? You know? I don't know why I'm preaching to the choir, but any Hoosers, we do have, and I'm not sure why, the point of the soul is to grow. I do agree with that. I do agree. You know? To some extent, we all agreed as a soul before we came into this dimension, into this life, into our physical body, that yes, I'm signing up for all the struggles of the 3D planet Earth. I'm going to sign up for it. That's very brave. It's very courageous of our souls to sign up for that, but at the same time, there's a lot more that comes with, you know, coming to this planet Earth. In fact, part of that is Three of Swords, dealing with our souls being rejected, dealing with our souls, our body, our mind, you know, not being accepted and or being blacklisted, being outcasted, being shunned, being disappointed. Sure, I want to remind y'all Capricorns that if we are to have unrealistic expectations on others, then we are going to be disappointed. You know, so do keep realistic expectations, not only on yourself, you know, but on others as well. Try not to have, you know, unhealthy attachments to people. Try to let people go. Let everyone go. If they come back, awesome. They're meant to be there. You know? But I will go back to the Three of Swords. I don't know if this is the possible outcome, that you're about to be rejected by this person or disappointed or outcasted to some degree, but keep in mind, yes, your thoughts are affecting your emotions, your heart space, let's say, the heart chakra, if you will. I am not very knowledgeable of chakras, so I really can't be speaking about, you know, chakras or what the heart space in that regard, but yes, I do know that the swords in this card, Three of Swords, are represented by our negative thoughts of the situation. This is a reminder that in a year from now, you won't be feeling so hurt. You won't be feeling so rejected. In fact, you'll accept the situation for what it was, and you'll be glad. You'll even laugh at this person rejecting you, you know, and be so glad that this person did, because then you would have found a new person in that year. You would have not found the community that you was supposed to be with, the soul tribe, let's call it. You know, sure, it's going to hurt for a little bit, but try to sit with that pain. Sit with it, feel it. You can even miss that person if you want. You're allowed to miss that person, but then recognize, you know, that they're still not good for you. You're allowed to miss them, and in the same sense, know that they are not good for you. You know, because, yeah, emotions pass. Sit with it, feel it, and then let it go. But I do feel like, yes, this is only half the reading. We have a whole other half of this reading to get into. So we are going to clarify. With that being said, let me take a couple minutes to read some of the comments. Said already was. Oh goodness. Point of the soul is to grow. I love that. I've been getting all the same cards. Really? Means new is coming. One could, yes, hope so. But then also, if knowing that change is the only constant in the universe, then I think we can know so as well. You know what I mean? That new is coming. Nothing is supposed to remain the same forever. I don't feel that. Now that's why I come. Goodness gracious. Are you going to recap? No. I never recap halfway through any of the readings. Yes, I am going to recap though. Moving cross country this week. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we did roll the 1 being new beginnings, and we did roll the 4, meaning home and foundations. So it could be, yes, going back to the dice roll and or the overall theme and or topic, that maybe a lot of the Capricorns in the next week are relocating and or are about to be in a new relationship, which there is a sturdy foundation. Hopefully, it's not as toxic as this person you're about to disconnect from. A toxic individual who might be about to, you know what I'm saying, reject you and or leave you heartbroken to some degree. I'm sure a lot of this is now hitting home as I'm, you know, recapping, but we are going to recap for the Capricorn. Call it a recapricorn. Recapricorn, recapricorn. All right, if y'all are new here, definitely hit that follow button. It is greatly appreciated. I literally appreciate all the love and support. You know, to take time away from the promoting of myself, which I'm sure I'm terrible at, but I will get better, I'm sure, over time as I grow and, you know, keep doing this. But neither here nor there. If y'all like the energy I bring to the Tarot TikTok table, definitely hit that like button, maybe even a few times, like. If y'all have a Capricorn that you would like to share this live stream with, definitely hit that share button. I do have a YouTube channel, and I don't want it. I don't want it to happen, but I do understand that y'all have your own lives. Therefore, I highly suggest that y'all hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. So yes, do visit my TikTok bio, where you will see the link to my YouTube channel. As I mentioned, I don't want y'all to miss out on live streams. And if you just so happen to do, that's fine. You have your own lives. I understand. I do understand. I'm sure there might be a few times in the future where I might have to miss out on live streams as well, due to whatever may pop up in my life, you know? With that being said, yes, please do visit my YouTube channel and subscribe so you aren't missing out on live streams in the future. And do keep in mind, every Sunday, yes, I do personal readings no matter what my banner here in the bottom right corner says. I was doing live streams for 4 months since about mid-September of last year, and I felt like it was a natural progression to go from just doing zodiac signs to then offering personal readings, personal paid readings here on TikTok. I feel like it was a natural progression from going from live streams for 4 months to maybe I should start making a little bit of money from this, since I am pouring all this energy, you know, into it. With that being said, I don't like to sound entitled, but at the same time, I love doing this, you know? And it'd be a shame if I didn't get anything back out of it besides followers, which I do appreciate y'all for following. With that being said, I think I've mentioned everything I need to. Lettuce, the main ingredient in salad. Let us recap the Capricorn reading. 1, 2, and 3. All right, y'all. This is the second and last, by the way, time I will be doing the bridge shuffle for you. When I do the bridge shuffle For any of the new followers out there, when I do the bridge shuffle, that is a green light. That is the green light, per se. To go ahead. That was crappy. No. I'm going to redo that. Boo. I don't know what the deal is with this deck, but... Okay. Get it together. For any of y'all new to Free Will Tarot, when I do the bridge shuffle, such as such, that is the green light to send scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety in the comments. Send scissors and I will cut this deck with said scissors. And in about, 2 minutes. What part of what part of Ohio are you in? Logan County. If y'all visit my my TikTok account, you will see the last video I posted about Sunday actually. I posted it Sunday. The last video I uploaded was of me advertising for the thrift store that I do readings for here in West Liberty. So yes, I did mention my location, but I normally try to keep my location private for whatever reason. Any hoosers, yes, West Liberty, Ohio is where I reside. For now anyways, at the moment. I said Iowa, nice. I'm sure you're a big fan of Slipknot, as am I. At least the first 2 albums. I do love Slipknot as a band, but I'm a bigger fan of their first 2 albums. Neither here nor there. Alright, we are going to clarify this reading for Capricorn. Thank y'all for being patient with me, and thank y'all for interacting with me in the comments. Really appreciated. Alright, one more time. Yes, hit that follow button. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. YouTube channel link is in the TikTok bio. And Sundays are for personal paid readings. That will be 5 cards plus an oracle card for $20 through Cash App. And then 1 card for a yes or no question, maybe even a clarifying card, for $5 through Cash App. With that being said, let us clarify the Capricorn reading. I saw them at Ozfest, their debut year. Nice, I bet that was sick. Oh, I'm so jealous. Any hoosers, we're going to clarify the reading. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and or Rising, here we go. Clarifying the star card in, and your energy, okay. Clarifying the shadow side in the challenge. Clarifying 2 of Wands in this person's energy, okay. Clarifying the death card and the similarities or, the similarities or common ground between you both. I don't know why I was having a brain fart, but neither here nor there. Clarifying the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords and the possible outcome and or advice. Alright, Capricorn. As I promised, we are going to do a recap for the Capricorn collective. Alrighty, so yes, I do feel like no matter if things are falling apart, as the tower right before the star would suggest, if you do have a foundation, either in a relationship, either in the home, either in your career, that is falling apart for you, I do feel like it's not your purpose. It's not meant to be your purpose for the next 20 years. Therefore, please, Capricorn, do remain hopeful for the future. Did I hear a let it go in the outcome? No, I'm not sure. We will get to the outcome. But yes, your primary energy being star card. What up, Lulu? Primary energy for the Capricorn being the star card. I do feel like, yes, this could be in the next week as I do weekly readings, a time of healing, a time for being hopeful for the future, keeping the faith. As I mentioned in the first half of the reading, the song came to mind, Keep the Faith from Bon Jovi. Check it out. Maybe that's something the Capricorns do want to, check out the song. But with the Seven of Cups, are you confused about the future? Do you want to be hopeful about maybe a purpose you're about to serve for 20 years, but you're confused if it's actually your purpose, if you actually want to be doing this thing for the next 20 years, Capricorn? Do you have a lot of options possibly as what your purpose could be, and it's confusing you having all those options? Almost as if we're going to go to the gas station for just 2 peanut butter Reese cups. 2 peanut butter Reese cups, but then we get there and we see all these options. Like, I don't need all these options. I don't need the Easter egg shaped Reese cup. I don't need the Christmas tree. I don't need, the pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern pumpkin from Halloween. I don't even want the white chocolate. There's going to be one Reese's cup that is best for you, Capricorn. And I do feel like you have a lot of options possibly about your purpose, a lot of options about possibly where to move, where to relocate, what foundation to create within a relationship possibly. Maybe even, your career. I do feel like, yes, you are in your purpose at this time, and or you're about to align yourself with your purpose. Even though it feels like it's challenging and or difficult to separate yourself maybe from a specific person that you view as toxic, that you view as being bound to them to some degree. Do you feel bound to a specific person, like, I got to get away from this person, I got to find a way to get away from this person, all because they're not being cooperative? Yes, Lulu, talk to you later. With the Three of Pentacles, I do believe that this person isn't cooperating. This person isn't being on the same page, or maybe you yourself find it challenging to cooperate and or be on the same page and or be a team player with this person. Teamwork makes the dream work, and if we're not building for the future, what are we building for? If we're not building towards the future, if we're not hopeful with another person, then it's going to be a little confusing to look at all the other options in the dating pool. Well, who can I be hopeful with? Who can I be faithful with? Because this person is not only possibly toxic, possibly an addiction of Capricorns, as in you might feel addicted to this person to some degree. But maybe you are not wanting to collaborate with them, not wanting to build with them. I don't feel that, though. I feel that you feel like you need to detach yourself from someone that you feel bound with, because they are not collaborating, they are not wanting to get along, possibly. They're not wanting to get on the same page with you about this hopeful future. That you possibly could be coming up with new ideas as to how to recreate yourself, possibly. As to how to recreate, yourself. To reinvent yourself, even. With the Seven of Cups. Said yes, and he's not accepting me. Yep, my soon-to-be former husband. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, we do have the Two of Wands. Yeah, makes sense. This person could be planning for their own future, which makes sense why the challenge is Three of Pentacles. Finding it challenging to build and or get on the same page, collaborate. Maybe there is some sort of toxicity. Maybe there's some addictions between you both, or either on your end or their end, or either of you. Two of Wands does tell me that this person, yes, does want to plan for the future. I'm not sure if it's with or without you, but the Eight of Cups definitely could be an indication that it's without you. This person could be emotionally detaching, seeing the emotional mess between you both. Yes, I do feel like you're emotionally confused about this relationship, even though you're hopeful for your own future, I feel like this person's planning for their own future and possibly emotionally disconnecting altogether. I'm not sure if this person is willing to realize and or take accountability for the fact that it does take two to tango. If so, it would be so easier for this person to, yes, release, let you go, and have a peaceful state of mind. If not, then they're going to be riddled with guilt, shame. What other words could be associated with that? I don't know. Not wanting to let you go either. Do you find it challenging to let them go? Why is it that you find it challenging to let them go? Were they once upon a time collaborative? Were they once upon a time trying to get on the same page? But then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, I'm at a crossroad now. I've got my own future to look towards, and I just need to emotionally detach for whatever reason. I do hope this person is taking accountability. It does take two to tango, and if they're not willing to take accountability for that, then yeah, they're going to have a tough time either one, letting go, or finding peace in their life moving forward. Say, yes, they were, and then boom, not anymore, and he said he didn't want us anymore, but it's confusing. Yeah, I believe it's confusing with the Seven of Cups in your energy. I'm not sure anymore. Is it that y'all are validating the reading and or its accuracy, or is the reading validating your energy? Which is technically what tarot cards are supposed to be doing. The tool of tarot is to pull on some sort of archetypal, either behavior patterns or bigger picture things that we don't have control over. I'll let y'all ponder on that and decide. Because we do have the Death card, which is technically a major arcana, technically the bigger picture things that we have no control over. I mean, to some degree we do. If we can recognize the pattern, that, I, yes, learned about astrology and zodiac signs while I was, still in a band, yes, but that band, my instruments, it all was crumbling down. Me being a musician, yes, Rick, the Free Will tarot reader, me as a musician could recognize, not at that time, but I now can recognize that at that time, a change was needed. Something needed to come to an end in order for something new to pop up, and while I was putting an end to music and or being a musician, I did learn of tarot readings and astrology, but it wasn't until I finally figured out about, tarot readings, and I was so inspired by other tarot readers on YouTube. That's all I would watch on YouTube every single day. And then, with the Hermit card, clarifying the Death card, I was able to recognize the pattern. Like, wait, I already give good advice, either practical advice and or creative advice. I already use my creativity, yes, to write songs and or music, but then I can also write music with tarot cards, metaphorically speaking. If I am to use some sort of creativity, it can be through tarot. And it was like mind-blowing when I had that realization. But anyways, this isn't about me, Capricorn. This is the similarities or common ground between you both. That yes, there is a change, an ending, a door being shut on this relationship. I do feel like you both are, yes, wanting this change. I do feel like to some degree you both want to close the door on a chapter that it served its purpose. It has served its purpose for both of your higher good to learn and gain wisdom with the Hermit card. Yes, so maybe you do find it challenging to separate yourself and or let go of someone that no longer serves your higher good. Maybe because you find it challenging to collaborate. Maybe they find it challenging to collaborate. Maybe it's all because they've ran out of emotions for whatever reason, and or there could be an emotional mess between you both. No matter the example, and no matter if y'all are or not taking accountability for, yes, how it takes two to tango, maybe that time has passed. Maybe it's time to isolate yourself after this ending, both of you. Put an end to it. Recognize that change is healthy. And with the Hermit card, try to come up with where did we learn this wisdom? There was wisdom, through this relationship, no matter how long, if it was a couple months, a couple years, maybe 6 years to 12 years. I don't know how long. No matter how lengthy of time, I do feel like you, Capricorn, and this person learned a lot from each other, have gained some wisdom in this dynamic you both share, and maybe that's why you're putting it to an end. It's just time. This relationship has served its purpose, and now I need to isolate myself from friends, family members, coworkers, especially this person, and gather what wisdom can I take with me into this future, into the next possibly 20 years with this new purpose, with this new found purpose. Yes, I do feel like with the Three of Swords, the possible outcome could be you having, I don't want to say unrealistic expectations. I guess it could be. If that's the case, then yes, try your best not to either, one, put an unrealistic expectation on this person, and or two, put them on a pedestal, because it's just not fair. Putting them up here when they're all the way actually here. How can I perform to the expectation that Capricorn puts on me? How? It's a little unfair, but at the same time, I get it. We feel like we know who this person is, possibly just off of first impression, but first impressions, as we all know, change. They die. The mask falls off. Maybe this person, to some degree, thought they knew who you were and just literally fell out of love. That's literally all it has to be. There doesn't necessarily have to be a mess, emotional mess. There doesn't have to necessarily be, even though there is an indication of some sort of karma and or shadow side being shown to both of you, possibly making you not want to collaborate and or get along, possibly not wanting this person, or possibly this person not wanting to get along and or collaborate. But yeah, neither here nor there. A possible outcome could be that you end up either being disappointed or hurt or heartbroken. It's all technically the same thing. I feel like that is a cause and effect due to your negative thoughts on the situation. Try your best to see this from a bigger picture perspective. If you can, then you will, yes, heal and release these swords from your heart space, metaphorically speaking, of course. But yes, if you can, think of this from a year from now. Think of it from a future standpoint. I will be in my purpose a year from now. I will be with the person I'm meant to be with a year from now. I won't be so confused emotionally about, why this person is handling the situation the way they are, why they're saying the things they are saying or aren't saying. For all I know, this person isn't saying anything, which technically could be, part of the reason why you're feeling heartbroken as well, or you end up being heartbroken possibly. But yes, try to imagine yourself in the future, your future self telling you, hey, Capricorn, it's going to be okay. It will be okay, Capricorn. You do have a hopeful future, says the future Capricorn, to the past Capricorn, which is technically the present Capricorn. Yes, try not to be disappointed. Try to heal and rest the best you can with the Four of Swords coming after the Three of Swords, but also stand your ground with the Seven of Wands. Stand your ground against this person. If they didn't necessarily have the best intentions for you, that's on them. You know, that is on them. That is their karma. And whether or not they are taking accountability, it takes two to tango. You know? Maybe this person did say once upon a time, yes, I want to plan for our future. But then instead of going right with you, they went left. Possibly. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I mean, it's those individuals you do want to push away and stand your ground and be defensive, you know, because maybe they didn't know what they wanted. Maybe they didn't know what they wanted, you know? I suppose with the Two of Wands, yeah, that tells me they were at a crossroad, and technically they possibly could still be at a crossroad. Yes, Capricorn, you're what I want, even though technically I don't know what I want. I feel like this person coming across as secondary energy as Eight of Cups, they were once upon a time in Seven of Cups, not knowing what they want. So confused about, well, do I give to the Capricorn, even though I said I wanted to give to the Capricorn? I don't think this person knew what they wanted. I think that's the problem. Said they juggling too much? Well, yeah, they might have been juggling once upon a time, but in Eight of Cups energy, I feel like they're disconnecting from, you know, Seven of Cups, confusion, juggling options. I feel like they're trying to find their happiness. They're going to go elsewhere and try to either create their own happiness or find their emotional wish fulfillment with someone else. And that's okay because, like I said, you have a hopeful future all your own. And a year from now, you possibly might meet someone that might even help you with your own purpose. You know? I feel like you will learn some sort of wisdom from this person, as this person will possibly learn some wisdom from you. And you both will take this wisdom into the future, you know, but neither here nor there. Yeah, it can be very disappointing. It can be very heartbreaking that this person didn't know what they want, but let that be a part of that lesson, a part of that wisdom moving forward, Capricorn, that, yeah, stand your ground. Just because someone else doesn't know what they want does not mean, with the Seven of Wands, that you can't push them away and or that you can know what you want. You can stay firm and grounded and knowing that you know what you want. Goodness gracious. That was quite a reading. I think that's what I have for y'all. I think that's what I have for y'all. I do appreciate y'all for showing up tonight. It's an honor to be doing these readings for y'all. I'm really surprised at how deep these readings were tonight, Sagittarius and Capricorn. Yeah. Give me a second to catch my breath. Alrighty, yeah. I do hope this was helpful. I do hope this was insightful to some degree. I hope y'all found some sort of purpose, you know, to coming to this reading and or wisdom. moving forward. I do hope that, yes, no matter if it's with this person or anyone in general, that you can detach from anyone that's creating toxic, dynamics between you and them, not wanting to collaborate or be on the same page. I do hope the best for all the Capricorns. I do hope for the best for all the Sagittariuses. I hope for healing and happiness for all of us, you know. I hope for a good change, that not necessarily, the world will start World War III and or continue it if that's the case. I hope that, the United States of America can somehow, I don't know, pull their heads out of their asses and not be so controlling, because, I mean, what's going to happen with the economy? I'm not sure. No one's sure. There's a lot of confusion around it, but if and or when it collapses, I hope we all are in our purpose and can come together with the community and reject the first new economy that is presented to the community. Because, yeah, when the government tries to present a new one, it's not the one we want to accept. It's the one we want to reject and then create an economy ourselves. One where we can find happiness and acceptance and purpose. Purpose in a helpful and, a hopeful, I want to say, future. With that being said, y'all, I am going to get off here, let y'all ponder on this reading, and I hope y'all either, do visit my YouTube channel. Link to my YouTube channel is in my TikTok bio. And I hope to see y'all either this Sunday for the paid readings through Cash App, and or next Friday, TGIF. And if not, that's totally fine. You'll have the power of discernment, meaning free will. I'm going to leave you all there. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if I don't see you for the rest of the weekend. And take care. Much love, y'all.